Man, I like these tattoos. Hopefully that turns off the light. I hope.
Is operating on personality.
Nope, light's still on.
It is operating on 7 different agendas. And sometimes they all blend in together, and sometimes they all go their separate ways. What they are not doing is they are not maneuvering the school district into a position for success. They are not making smart choices. One, they're making terrible choices about how they're spending money. They've got a massive budget deficit in a school district that has a $2.2 billion annual budget. Fresno Unified has more money than the city of Fresno in its budget, and they still managed to come up with a shortfall.
Yeah.
It's laughable. It's inexcusable. And it's because you've got this gang of clowns that aren't serious about education. They're serious about their own goals. They're serious about their own political careers. They're serious about this little bitty slice of power that they managed to get their hooks into. Now you have one of those people. And by the way, where is Andy Levine? Where is Viva Islas in the guest list for this press conference? Because Andy and Viva also voted for a wider search. And while I don't really have an opinion about Andy, I've had no interaction with him. Viva and I are about as opposite as two people can be politically and socially. And yet I would have a tremendous amount of respect for Viva showing up and saying what's happening in the land. And we need to make it clear to the 4 members of the board that think that they've got this thing in the bag, that they do not. It's time for all 3 of them to step up. Susan stepping up. Andy and Viva also need to step up. And by the way, if you're in the Fresno High area, I can't remember which school the trustee for, but if you're in Viva's area, you need to be up their noses telling them to get their butts to this press conference tomorrow morning. And continuing to assert at the board meeting Wednesday that an in-house search alone is not adequate. Misty Herb, after we put her up against candidates from around the state, around the country, if she shines as the one true choice, great. She'll have a hell of a lot more respect and support from all of the people in that district having been through that process. Right now, you're gonna see good teachers leaving, you're gonna see good administrators leaving, you're gonna head for the exit.
A few months back, we had Manuel Bonilla on. Manuel is the FTA Association president. I thought Manuel and I were going to go toe-to-toe. I actually ended up developing some great respect for him, even though we had differences of opinions. I think Manuel is a leader. I liked what he said on this. He says, we want a process that is open and transparent, and even an extension. Again, we want to hear from the finalists on what their vision is. The community deserves to be heard.
Yeah.
He's making the right statement. He's being a leader in that. Old crusty management guy like myself promoting a union head is a little odd, but he's right.
The thing is, Nelson's out in July. We've got time to do this properly. The fact that you've got 4 members of the school board wanting to pull a fast one, that should be a massive red flag. And not just to the people who are in their trusty area. It should be a red flag to every single person in this region.
That is true. That's Philip Tracy. I'm Curtis Johnson. Driving here on KMJ.
We're just north of Fresno. We have a stalled vehicle on Seawood 41 at Avenue 12. Just south of Fresno, looks like that debris was cleared up on the roadway at the American Avenue on-ramp to northbound 99, so no more worries there. Down in Selma, we have a 2-vehicle accident on southbound 99th and 2nd Street off-ramp. Crews are on that scene now. I'm Michael Reed, KMJ Traffic. This report is sponsored by Summit Racing Equipment.
Summit Racing is the parts you need to keep your truck rolling right. From custom grills to tonneau covers and everything in between. Shop summitracing.com. Use promo code RADIO for $10 off an order of $100 or more. Exclusions apply. Offer ends April 14th, 2024.
There's no denying it. People are using way more bottles and cans than ever before. Recycling them eases the strain on our natural resources and reduces greenhouse gases in our skies. Sure beats letting them spend the next few centuries just sitting in a landfill. Want to step up your efforts to help the environment? No doubt, reaching for the recycle bin just feels right. So no matter how you're doing your part, thank you. Do the right thing and take the time to recycle your beverage container bottles and cans at home, at work, and at play each and every day. And doing the right thing can make you money. Almost every bottle and can you use can be recycled. Look for the universal recycle symbol and the words CA Cash Refund or CA CRV. Toss CRV eligible containers into your curbside bin along with your other recyclable materials or redeem them for their refund value at your local recycling center.
This beverage container recycling message has been brought to you by Mid-Valley Disposal and the City of Cominga.
Hey there, it's Greg Lane. You realize that for over the past 47 years, Roger Boat's Performance Auto Diesel and Air has been training thousands of Rose is their senior service advisor, and she's been helping customers for years. Rose handles all the scheduling, customer workflow, and is the key to getting things done. So, trouble with your car, truck, rig, or heavy-duty Diesel and Air at 559-635-3288 or online at performanceautoandair.com to schedule an appointment. Roger Boat, Performance Auto Diesel and Air, one of the best things about living in Visalia.
When someone gives you a recommendation and later you find they got paid for it, it makes you wonder if their advice was in your best interest or theirs. You should know up front if the referrals you're getting are influenced by kickbacks. Buying and selling real estate often calls for specialized services to make sure there are no surprises. This is especially true with complex transactions like farmland or commercial properties. To make sure you get the results you want, we maintain a list of trustworthy resources we've relied on for years. We won't take a cent from any of them.
When you're looking to buy or sell farmland, commercial or residential real estate, you want honest, straightforward advice you can trust. You want Hoekstra & Associates.
I'm Dan Hoekstra with Hoekstra & Associates. Let's talk. Your kitchen table or mine.
Hoekstra & Associates. Farmland, commercial, and residential real estate. Go to HOEKSTRA.land. Hoekstra.land.
Maybe you've noticed, maybe you haven't. Creative Tile has been running the same commercial for about a year. It's about those porcelain slabs in the parking lot where you pull in. One reason why for the longevity of that spot is the product itself. It's amazing. It can be anything you want. It can be steel, it can be granite, it can be marble, it can be a number of things. It's impervious to anything. It will last forever. It's gorgeous. But during the time that commercial ran, this gave Creative Tile a little breathing room to improve, to go forward. Most of you already know who've been to Creative Tile. This is like an art gallery. This is like a museum of tile and floor coverings, even some great wood for your home. In my new home, everything is Creative Tile. If you're a do-it-yourselfer or you're a designer, everything should be Creative Tile. Head north on Palm, just off of Herndon, and look west right behind the German auto dealers. Creative Tile is in that big building that used to be a USO club during World War II. Time for some improvements and changes you'll hear about soon. Your home, your business. Creative Tile.
No subscription necessary. We're always free at kmjnow.com, on your smart speaker, or wherever you stream.
Good afternoon, drive here on KMJ and kmjnow.com or wherever you stream. That's Philip Tressi. My name is Curtis Johnson. From the department of, this really isn't funny, but it's actually kind of hilarious department. So we've got a story of, happened in Northern California up in Oroville. And a CHP officer said that the Oroville Northern office had an officer first encountered with a car ramming into him. When the officer instructed the driver to move the car, the vehicle sped off, leading to a short and erratic chase. Ended up in a dirt parking lot about 2 blocks away and across the street from an elementary school. Fortunately, no one was hurt, but after stopping, the car reversed and rammed the highway patrol car in a moment that could have had a grave outcome, but no one was hurt. And then the officer realized that the car was being driven by a 9-year-old boy attempting to drive himself.
Yeah, so they find him sitting in the middle of an intersection. He manages to navigate to this parking lot and then has the fender bender. How did the cop not realize that it was a 9-year-old behind the wheel when he pulled up on the car? I mean, I understand it can be tough to see into one vehicle. Didn't you notice a 9-year-old?
Well, I think you would notice something odd. You would notice that head and shoulders weren't sticking above the car. But nonetheless, he may have thought it was a drunk driver, and he was possibly the officer was more concerned about navigating out of the lane.
I suppose, but in any event, they got the kid out of the car. Nobody was hurt. They brought in local law enforcement to deal with the scene. The 2 vehicles just had minor damage. It was a fender bender. Nobody got hurt. They took the kid to school. What else do we do? Where's his parents? Where's mom and dad? You don't call mom and dad out to get this kid? And the car?
I'm sure that resulted later. That's one of the things about mystery stories like this. They throw these things out there, and they make us wonder.
What was it? How old were you the first time you drove a car? Like dad teaching you to drive, letting you steer on his lap, whatever. Do you remember the first time you operated a motor vehicle?
Yeah, I was 14 and a half, and I had gone through driver's training. There's no way my dad would have ever done anything like this. One, he always drove a vehicle that was 3 on the tree.
Sure.
So, most people...
An 8-year-old's not going to get that clutch.
Yeah, we're not going to get the clutch for a 3.
Cool tattoo.
But no, I was above board. It was after I got my license that I became hell on wheels.
See, my dad let me drive a couple of times, like in a parking lot, like just see what it feels like to be car trained.
Damn, I like his tattoos. So cool.